This past summer, Joe and I made a trip out to the Bow Valley. It was my first time in the area, and I was completely blown away by the vistas and the views and the beauty of the area. It was by far one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in North America.
Probably the best move we made over the summer was to head up there. You're at a cliff where you're building fires. You're at a cliff where you're cold. You're at a cliff where you need to wear a jacket all of the time in the summer.
Everything is a pretty big hike. It's about 45 minutes out up a beautiful trail.
Yeah, I remember this old project from the last time. They call it the Shine. Something like a V11 boulder problem to 512 plus climbing. It was funny, man. Nobody had climbed it and moved a couple bolts around. Came together pretty quick, I guess maybe 3 days.
Everybody in the area. It was cool to see a long-standing project, go down. My first time up the route, it was maybe a little too hard, and I ended up trying it once or twice, and I pretty much decided it was going to be too hard for me, and I actually took my draws off and decided to do a few more things in the area before I eventually got back on it. There's a specific section in the middle.
I think at the end of the day, she fell off up high and then lowered to the ground really angry and yarded the rope down, tied back in immediately. She, had this energy going on, so just went for it. And she did the route, and it was probably one of the best days we've had up there.
didn't know if I was going to quite get it done. So it was really cool to just focus in and give it all I had and take care of it before we left.
The thing about really hard routes is that, everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be in the mode. Everything has to be just in place. Conditions, your skin, your brain. Sometimes you really just don't know when you're gonna do it or if you're gonna do it. You could be really close but not do it, or you could be really close forever and just one random try, send. And that's kind of how this was. A lot of it revolved around just like this one series of moves. There's like this really hard move to get an undercling where I would fall repeatedly. I would fall here all of the time, and I could pull back on and maybe jam out the top, but it was always just a matter of sticking this move. And then I started to stick the move, and things would happen, and I would fall a little bit higher for numerous reasons.
Get it. Come on. Go again. Come on. Get
It was really cool seeing Josh and Joe both work on the route together. You could totally sense them feeding off each other's energy.
Watching Josh try this route is like the epitome of the way you want to climb on the route. The guy is like a bulldozer.
Those guys working on it together was definitely a key ingredient for both of them getting it done.
Come on, Josh. Come
I
on,
really
Josh.
saw him go through all those stages that it takes when you're projecting a hard route, the doubt, the insecurity. There were definitely those days where you're falling a lot, you're not making any progress, and you're sort of starting to question yourself. No matter what grade you're at or how hard you climb, everyone has that moment when they're trying something at their limit.
so happy.
You can move on with your life now.
My life just got so much better, man. But I don't know why we do this shit to ourselves.
Heaven,
Like, you know what, dude, with heart rates like that, you just don't know when you're gonna climb. Dude, good
Psyched,
work, man.
Holy shit.
good job, dude.
There, dropped it down. Right as I dropped it down, my index, I lost the tooth.
Oh shit.
Ah, fuck you! Fucking, you know my teeth, man. Oh yeah, I was determined for sure.
Oh, dude.
Holy shit, that's awesome.